Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Europa Universalis 4, Mare Nostrum, where we are going to do a rumble in the jungle. The expanded jungle at that, the one that goes through Central Africa. And we're going to be playing as Congo, because everybody likes the Congo. Hands for Belgium. Anyway, so this is Mare Nostrum, the press version, so I got it 5 whole days early, and we're going to be going over some of the changes as we jump into the game. But, most importantly, I've shown you one of the major changes already. That is, the extra provinces in Africa. There's also some extra provinces in Ireland, for those of you that are curious, and I think they added one in Russia. I'm not sure of many extra provinces beyond those, though. So, Congo starts in a rather advantageous starting position with 2 vassals, and probably the potential to get more. I'm thinking initially we're actually going to want to do a sort of federation-style tactic. We're going to annex probably Yaka and Cuba, and start moving around through here. But what I want to do is actually try and acquire 4 vassals. Unfortunately, a lot of provinces that I'm going to be picking up here will have a lot of autonomy. There's not much I can do about it, as relation to the new state system. Territories, that is unincorporated states, effectively have a maximum 75% overextension, replacing the original overseas territory system. And you have a limit to how many states you can have, based on government type and technology of admin variety. So, we have a lot of work to do for ourselves. Alright. First things first, you go there. Yeah, we do have enough for an extra. Morale of armies plus 10%. Always a good one to have. And a lovely general? A lovely general. Good way to start things off. So, as I talked about before, we're going to be looking into building spy networks in a couple of targets. Basically all of our adjacent ones. Spy networks allow you to do any covert action. That's the first step. In order to do anything, you need to have a spy network. So, if I want to fabricate a claim, I need to have a spy network of at least 10 power. Alright. So we're going to look through, see who has allies and what. Kasanje Cuba, you have no allies. Kasanje Luba Yaka. Luba Yaka. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Alright, so it's pretty clear that Tayo needs to be our first target. I can say that's pretty forceful, based on how these alliances have fallen. Kasanje and Cuba. It would be 3v3, that would be a certain loss, unfortunately. Alright. So. That's Yaka. That's Tayo. So return you. Fabricate a claim on Anziku. And we're more or less ready just to move out on him, since he has absolutely no allies. Alright. Well, I really didn't want to actually blow up his army. His army would have been kind of nice to have. Actually, you know what? You just take care of it, would you? Great, thanks. Save me the work. Thank you, gentlemen. Because I'd actually prefer to vassalize him and have him keep his army. Because, as it turns out, even if I own most of the land here, I'm not going to get much above 15, 16 troops. Simply put, the number of troops that you get from being an independent state, which is 6, is far better. So, until I'm in a position where I can effectively claim most of the Congo, in my limited, relatively actually weak position, it may seem that I am the strongest player, and that is quite true. But everyone has allies. A lot of allies in most cases. So I think what we're going to do is actually vassalize. It seems a bit strange, but I think that will work. A more federated style of approach here will be much more useful, because we have a lot of smaller nations in close quarters, making for a much tougher fight through it. But that's okay. We are bleeding too much money. I think I'm going to need to get rid of you, I'm afraid. And our boats. They're not going to produce enough money to be worth it. Alright. So we've got 13 troops maximum. Alright. Well, let's start building up a little cash on the side, shall we? Right now we have, in essence, an extra, like, 6, 8 troops from having vassals, as opposed to those provinces. Now, in reality, we're not going to have 21 force limit from having these provinces. So, as far as I'm concerned, this federation style of approach is our better way through. So, Yaka will likely be our fourth one. So they're allied with Kasanje and Cuba. Kasanje I'd actually like to add in a Dongo, I think. Yaka will be another one, and we'll conquer Cuba. So that works. That means, though, we're going to need allies. Lunda looks to be a decent ally for this. As does, well, alright, we're actually at our maximum cap right now, aren't we? That's a bit of a problem. I didn't realize that, but we'll pay for it, as it were. We will pay for it, and I'm okay with that. Tayo has Liberty Desire of a lot. Okay, well, let's start improving relations first. Right now, they're kind of pissed at us. Declared war, was at war, they force vassalized us. Embrace the reputation. Let's work on improving that. Alright, yeah, Congolese diplomatic reputation, opinion, and trust. All vassals' relative power. Yeah, we actually need more relative power ourselves. That'll, because a lot of our vassals are starting to get into the revolty area. An extra cavalry unit will definitely keep them pacified, though. Nah. There we are. Nice and easy now. Once we get that back under 50, we'll have a little bit better chance here. We also have very good vassal income, thankfully, due to our government form and rank. It's always good to see. Yeah, the extra 20% income from vassals is very good here. That said, we do need land of our own. Cuba rather occupied right now with a peasant uprising. Kasanje, Kikajoda. So they'd be able to pass through. It would have to be a divide and conquer maneuver if I wanted. Damn. Like I said, this is why federations are going to come into importance, as opposed to just owning all the land myself. Look at local rulers. There. I really want to get that down under 50, so that way their troops will actually help me in fights. You know? Dynastic. Can't do a royal marriage because they are disloyal. Alright, well. It's slowly being reduced. Yeah. That's it. Once under 50, we'll get extra cash and everything, which will help. Acknowledge the fact. Prestige shields. Trust your neighbor. Yeah. Gain 1 stability. Actually, since we're at 0 stability, let's boost first and then gain 1 stability. And encourage divination while we're at it. There. So we're almost here. Come on now. Apparently all of our vassals are stronger than me combined. I'm still not sure how. Or why. I guess if some of them managed to get tech, no. I don't know why it's 103%. It should be less. Oh, well. That said, 54. We're almost there. We're almost there. Gotta try and bring it under 50 here. And I mean, every year that goes by really helps. Far more than you'd like to admit, but that's a lot. Yeah. We gain like 5 relations every year. Alright. Come on, January. Come on, roll around January. Yeah. Alright. Well, we're doing our best. 102. Roughly the same relations. It's just a difference of trust, isn't it? Events and province defections, yeah. Also, every time the opinion increases, the placate local rulers thing goes away. A bit more. It was a wasted effort this early. Should have done it later. Ah, well. Come on. Push it down. Yeah, we'll have to lose the ducats. Come on. 52%. We can get it down. And then with that, I think we might stand a chance. We'll have 19 soldiers. Whereas our opponent would have like 20-something. Lunda, however, is also building up favors. So hopefully they'll be able to come to our aid. And I think Luba we also will need as a decent ally. Fucking A. Yeah, compensate the traders, I guess. We'll take out the loan. Alright. Less than ideal, obviously, but we're working on it. So, 51%. Slowly but surely climbing. Slowly but surely climbing. Okay. Sanjay, we can't. Yeah, you're allied to Sanjay. You're allied to Sanjay. On to the Kongo. I mean, whoever we can get as an ally is probably the right call. I shouldn't be too picky about it. This is way going over my diplomatic limits, but that's going to be important. I think, at least, by allying these three, I isolate these three. These three should now not grant military access to these guys, which really we don't need Chokwe for, but oh well. Either way, that will isolate it down to, since they aren't allied with Lunda, a favorable number for us. We'll have 20 mixed in here, and they'll have 7, 7, and 7 probably. 21 will have 28 total. So I think theoretically we'll be on the upper hand with it. Once we have enough favors with Lunda, we're up to 8 now. Very good. And now all of our people are starting to get a bit uppity, aren't they? Start improving the relations. Keep everyone placated. Nice and happy now. There we are. Let's bring everyone in. That's it. Nice and steady now. Getting Tayo in under us is hard. With the lack of trust and everything. The trust is 50. Trust is 80. I'm noting that they have trust with us, but I'm not sure if this is going up or not. Might go up if we're allied in a war or something. Decline. No diplomats to send, though that would help. Yeah. Alright. Christ, trying to manage this empire is hard enough. Alright, let's give them some marriages. That'll be a good hit for relations and everything, and should help keep things stabilized. There we are. Except their rightful claim. I mean, at this point, it's proving rather hard. We're doing our best. But I can't seem to... Would a gift do it? Would a gift do it? $25 extra relations. It's still not enough. You've got to be kidding me. Better to... Oh, of course. This very moment is when you do it. Place a relative on the throne. We're going in without them. Same ruling dynasty as Kongo will help. But at this point, we're probably going to just go in without them. Yeah, we've got enough favors from you at this point. Kasanje, Kikonja, and Cuba. Oh no, I could... It's a gamble, but I think I have to take it here. Because we're not getting any stronger. And I tried with them. I truly did. Alright, then. Build a spy network, because apparently our spy network fell apart while I wasn't looking. Dismantled a good chunk of it. It won't be long, though. We'll have a claim in no time. Alright. Fabricate the claim on Yaka. Yaka Luba Kasanje. No, I want to do the attack on that, don't I? Yeah. I actually do. The attack should be on them because Luba is separated out. Kikonja. Can I get the alliance? No. Secrets in our alliance. Just try and cut them out. Christ. The balance of power is very fickle here, and I'm trying to disrupt it. There will be no mercy for me, no matter what happens here. Renewed loan. I'm not surprised. Because unfortunately, everything I've... Oh, great, and Ndongo's now. What happened? Well, what happened here? Apparently all my vassals got a lot stronger than me. That's apparently what happened. Very good. Alright. Well, I have to choose someone. It doesn't really matter who. We have to go, though. The play must be made. And an initial victory that is quite favorable to us. Alright. Good. An open play. And Ndongo helped out a lot there, despite doing absolutely nothing. Perfect. So, Ndongo's frontline presence here works out in our favor. And hopefully, as we take more provinces here and gain a little bit of firepower, we will be able to be considered overpowering our vassals. Because, at this point, all of them are disloyal. Those bastards. I'm hoping that eventually this province will fall, hint hint. And suddenly, yeah, we aren't annexing, but a single province does tip the scales in our favor. That is for certain. I would actually like to try and make a press here. It's a dangerous move. Yeah. There we are. Good. It may not be as dangerous as I think. I still have my ally. And it appears I'm not the only one going after Kasanje in his regions. our initial work. So that Lunda can't do anything with that, so that's okay. There. That's concerning. You go after them. Alright. That works out. But they have tiny-ass armies all over the place that I can't properly suppress. Grrr. Alright. Go after that. Good, it looks like it's been cleaned up for the most part. An easy victory. Like the kind where I can just take all this, right? And be in a rather upper hand position over my vassals. Also, I should probably declare what I want. It's not the production interface, it's the diplomacy interface. Alright, the coalition idea failed miserably. Luckily, I didn't put all my eggs into one basket. Although I was unable to openly... A war ally has already claimed it. Yeah, well, fuck you. We're going to take what we take. That's great. Alright, now. I mean, if you want to take on Cuba, I'm actually okay with that. That could work out favorably for me in the war. If we can make a separate peace with you. And just take these two. No? Okay. Well, Cassandre probably won't accept peace, unfortunately, because, yeah, that. But that's okay. We've started down this path. Oh, also they apparently have our capital. I wasn't paying attention. A competent cousin. Very good. So, we've got work to do. We retake our capital and, well, the enemy's shattered, so. And 99%. There. Annexation was accepted. So, the Congo grows. Alright. We made a competent play here, I would say. We got our objectives. Unfortunately, our vassals are still completely out of control, but we don't have much options on that. We'll have to rein them in time. In time, we will rein them in. Advisor state maintenance and interest. I'm afraid we have to cut you loose. That'll help with income. Let's keep corruption stamped out. Alliance is breaking. Good. Dissolve this alliance. Personally, it's not worth my time either. Really, I don't really need any alliances anymore. So, we're going to dissolve what we have. Right now, I need to focus inwardly on controlling my federation. It has been long enough that at this point I can annex them, and I think I may have to. Although I had original plans for the use of the Federation to actually boost my power, it's pretty clear that that's just not going to happen. I can't actually keep full control on them. 2 vassals, definitely possible for me to keep control on. 3, unfortunately not. So, I'm pretty confident in saying that it's about time for Luongo to bite the dust, which will give me hopefully enough strength over the other 2 that they'll be more than willing to join in. Hello, Luba. Luba's gaining power. Kazembe and Kundunwe. Okay. Luba makes the perfect ally here, then. Perfect. Luba is the right ally, definitely. Because that keeps Kazembe taken care of. I mean, if I have to beat up and eat these two together, well, that's fine. Alright. Overall, though, we're in good enough shape. Ndongo. Now, we only need to annex one. If we annex one, the other two will fall in line. I mean, I'd like to have all three and keep them all in line. But that's proving to be harder than I would admit. Events and province defections, that's still holding you up. Over 50%. Opinions, same ruling dynasty. Yeah, repay the loan. Good. That's one loan repaid. And Ndongo's... I actually can probably hold all three loyalties, can't I? Once that comes down, anyway. They'll be a lot happier. Perhaps I don't need to annex yet. Perhaps I can still make this federation work. Because, I mean, if I can, 21 troops, that's better. That's pretty much what I'd have if I owned the whole Congo, probably. And that gives me an advantage. Harsh treatment. Stay down. Although I think I'm going to have to start granting them some autonomy. Darn bastards. Either way it handles it. We're stable, and they're all of the same culture and faith, or same culture group at least. Incorporated into a state. Okay. Good, so we've got all the cores taken care of. Yeah, we can refuse the offer. Get some positive prestige. And I mean, placate local rulers again. To reduce it. Events and province defections. Yeah, it's a good start. That better diplomatic technology is the only thing holding back here, so... Improved relations with Ndongo should do it. And hopefully, once I up my diplomatic tech, we'll be in a bit better spot. I'm slowly pulling this federation together, damn it. I mean, that's just events and province defections we're overpowering now. Hopefully. Then we drag everyone in, everyone's happy. Alright. That said, it's probably about time for us to build 2 more cavalry, which will also help. Oops. Right before the bank loan. Whatever. The 2 extra cavalry we build here will be important. There we are, and we have good income as well. Because that will, again, help rein these guys in. Once they're both reined in, and you're about done. Good. I think come January 1st, all of our coalition members will be readied. And that means that there is a definite chance of victory. Truce with the Congo. Truce with the Congo. Unfortunately, everyone has a truce with me for a little while. There we are. Chokwe is ended, and Kalundwe is ended. Ignore them. Alright. So, come soon. We'll be ready to go to war here. Chokwe and Kazembe. Kazembe and Kalundwe. So, either way, Luba will be able to prevent Kazembe from joining us in the war. So, that works out well enough. I mean, Kalundwe's soldiers are pretty openly exposed right here. And everyone's loyal. I would say you can pull back from there. begin building the spy network here. And prepare for the push. Once we have 10 here, we can get the claim. We can hopefully smash that army apart. Chokwe will be hopefully taken care of by some of our lovely vassals over here. Speaking of, Tayo, stop relations improvement. Get a royal marriage. Which will further... There we are. Ndongo is actually the least loyal one out of anyone right now. Give them a royal marriage. And suddenly, if you can believe it... Oh yeah, states are demanding controlled provinces. I suppose I should really give the clergy some land. Fine. You can have Nunu. There you go. You still want more? Fuck. Alright, estates. Clergy. Is here as well. There. Takes care of the clergy. Then all matters are held. The Federation is put together. And in a matter of 2 months, we'll be ready to go to war. If we take over Chokwe, we can give most of that to Ndongo and begin annexing them. Which will be good. The risks of trade. Oh, for crying out bloody loud, you have to compensate, whatever. It'll be better in the long run. Gotta keep telling myself that. Fabricate the claim on Songi. Okay. That gives us the conquest we need. They want in, but they want land, which we don't care much for. So, we can make a pretty blatant attack here, which played pretty much as well as I could have hoped. For the moment, at least, our opponent is distracted while we can take the forts, and possibly even our vassals can overcome him, which is probably the best situation we could hope for. I'm hoping our... I see. So Luba is just attacking you at this point. That's concerning. Luba grows more powerful by the day. Well... And unfortunately, they've sent them over to other areas as well. Alright. Well, the first area has at least been taken completely care of. At this point, it's just a matter of eliminating the competition. Kasanje. Alright. Good. Competition is at this point more or less eliminated. Unfortunately... Hey, is there any way we can get maybe access? Thanks. I see. Luba has decided to take it upon themselves to try and split with me, huh? So, immediately we need to get a hold of here. Unfortunately, the attacker is Lunda, not I. So, split in 3, are we? Alright. Well, I mean, it could be worse. Definitely could be. Alright. Luba and Lunda. Competent cousin. That's concerning. Alright, well, we're going to have to wait and see where the dust settles and all. This could end up favorably for me. It's hard to say. Alright. So, also while we're here, repay our loan. Or one of our 2 loans, anyway. Acknowledge the fact. Good. So, despite our slightly disloyal vassals, all goes as planned. treaty can make him into a vassal. That would be a terrible idea, though. I think we're better off just straight conquesting. There we are. Yeah, take the land, walk away. Which will probably spur peace here. Yeah. Well, the battle lines are more or less drawn. Cuba is allied with both Lunda and Luba. So long as those two do not get along, and they don't, then Lunda is the wide open target that we are in desperate need of killing. Cancel military access. Good. So we have the play. Unfortunately, all of our vassals have gone completely nuts. And are now considered to, apparently, far stronger than us. Or something, I assume. Yeah, they're at 127% power. I take it that's because of upgraded military tech. I think we have to change over our national focus and work much more towards getting military. As much as I'd like colonists, if we're going to have to start breaking our own vassals and forcing things, then it's going to suck. It's going to suck indeed. Press the issue. Perfect. Like I said, Cuba is actually where I should target with the attack. Unfortunately, I'd be all alone, which is exactly what I can't be. At the same time, though, it would be a poor idea to leave this for Luba. So. I may be all alone in doing this, but it is still a necessary thing. Whoops, I really should have had a leader for that. If I had a leader, they probably would have died. Hell, make our king a leader. Yeah, you know what? If they don't want to protect this army, that's perfect for us. That's fine. Now, maintain the diplomat. Here's the question. Who's going to win the fight here? A lot of you is occupied now, ain't it? Spare no expense. Alright. And at this point, I need but 2 mercs. 1 for each province to engage suppression. And prevent them from building any more soldiers. Sure, you know what? You can have my capital. You know how little that matters? I'll give you a hint. It doesn't matter at all. More importantly, here is that I can take my soldiers out now. They can recover a bit more. And with a little luck, I can drive them into this fight. Exactly where I want it to happen. And exactly how I want it to happen, no less. They, of course, have to come running there. And presto cleano. Perfect. Man, that was a masterful orchestra. Well, properly executed pretty much across the board. Once we retake our capital, among other things, then it's just a matter of a few occupations here and there. And victory is... ooh. Well, apparently I also need to pay attention to some revolts, as we are gaining war exhaustion. First priority, deal with the rebels. Alright, that's bad. We don't have the manpower to do that, to take care of that, so we're going to have to take out a few loans to deal with it. This is a slippery slope and I have to be careful. Take out too many, and my economy's completely fucked. That said, it would be best not to be completely screwed. And perhaps it may be better to ignore the rebellion for the time being, and instead press for this area here. Gain 1 stability. There we are. We're at +3 stability, that helps. Yeah, kill 1 day separatists. I'm not surprised of their existence. Alright. Consolidate our regiments, by the way. We don't have much, but it's better this way. Trust your neighbor. Gain no stability. Yeah, unfortunately, we still can't make proper peace, but it'll have to do. Like I said, I'm mostly concerned with this guy here. Alright, we bested the rebels. Good. Bested them before they could do any true damage to us. Now it's just a matter of marching down here. Handling these rebels. Taking this province and ending this pathetic freaking fight for the Kongo, which will leave us in the dominant position over Luba, having more land and theoretically vassals who can help us, even. I say theoretically, of course, because that is contingent on us managing to reel in our own vassals, which is proving harder and harder to do. Doesn't help everything I've had to do thus this war, but, you know. We don't actually have enough troops to siege this on our own. Good. Consider it done. Alright, so that leaves it as us versus Lunda. And, yeah, we'll take level 4 military tech, which should hopefully help rein in the vassals. Any we can annex at this point is probably worthwhile. Any that we can annex, really. But that's going to be really hard to do with literally no freaking army. So, we have some work to do, clearly. Nobility need that, and clergy need this. Okay. In other news, probably some cores wouldn't hurt either. Start trying to assemble some things, reduce our war exhaustion, and ultimately try and bring about stability. In addition, local autonomies will definitely be helpful here. Unfortunately, some areas appear to have been given local autonomy recently. Can't do much about them, but that's what harsh treatment's for. Yeah. They already were given autonomy. Oh, plus, its autonomy is just too high. That also is not helpful. Get cores on it, get our overextension down. And slowly start trying to re-earn our vassals. Trust, if we can get any of them below 50, we can just start the annexation and end it. I mean, at this point, we have a maximum troop count of 15. If we can get up to that, we'll also be in really good shape. Both of those are, you know, good options for us. And at least for the time being, we are in the dominant position in the Kongo region. Unfortunately, it looks like others are arising too. Kilwa has very clearly gotten its feet wet. Missed run. There we are. Why don't you take money when you conquer people? I guess I could do that. I've never really much considered it because it causes inflation, which is annoying to get rid of, but, you know, old habits die hard. In cases like this, I think taking the money is probably the right idea, yeah. And I should definitely consider modification towards my tactics in order to accommodate for this. And in the future, I definitely will be. Renewed alone? Probably. Does it also lose any cores and claims on the province? I actually just canceled a vassalage, which seems a little silly, but is probably the wise thing to do, because this allows us to begin annexing. I just double-checked, and it really doesn't cost us anything to end the vassalage, other than some prestige, so I consider it well worth it. There. And so the others will be annexed, and practically not a problem at all. We've got ourselves into a lovely spot, I think. And with that, I'm going to call an end to the very first episode of Rumble in the Jungle, where we've conquered most of the jungle. And it's a long episode, too. So, thank you everybody for watching. And since this is the first episode of a series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been your lovely, lovely host, Kelvin, signing off.